Welcome back! We had an absolute smashing time creating our last video, and we're thrilled by the fantastic feedback we received on our LEGO Going Merry Showdown. It made us feel like a proper stud. No, not that type of stud. This type of stud. Stud. Get it? Okay, moving on. So what do we do next? Of course, it's time to build on our foundations with another showdown. This time, it's the turn of set 21358, the LEGO Vending Machine, versus this Gumball Machine from Pantasy. Watch to the end for an extra bonus. And want to know if LEGO beats the unknown contender, hands down? Watch to the end. Spoiler alert, the result is SNOT. What you think it is? Starting with this, it's the new vending machine set from LEGO. As always with LEGO, you get a nice box with snazzy box art. There was a lot of anticipation from the LEGO community when news of this set was first leaked online. However, their enthusiasm wasn't for the actual vending machine, but for the minifigs. It comes with a total of 16 minifigs. Most are of a fairly standard affair. A couple are fairly unique. I mean, the bear costume and the elephant costume does look cute. But the spacemen? They were what everyone went nuts for. The pearl gold and the dark turquoise were new colours and exclusive to this set. Collectors are all about getting every available colour to complete their sets, so these two unique pieces could not be looked over. You get 2 spacemen of each colour in the set. But that's not all. Those clever marketing gurus at LEGO decided the spaceman was not enough to carry interest in this set alone, so they added the Griffin Knight and Kraken factions for castle builders into this set as well. You get a male and female Griffin Knight, plus a male and female Kraken Knight. So, 4 in total. But enough with the figures, collectors aside. Most normal people are getting this set for the actual build, so how is it? There's actually a lot to like here, including some new LEGO elements I haven't seen before. I really appreciated how the ramp is designed to let the balls fall smoothly through. It's also quite innovative how, just by using various Technic pieces, the winding mechanism turns effortlessly and releases the balls one by one in an orderly fashion, incorporating the coin drop into a slot that gets the ball rolling. Is just plain clever. Get the ball rolling. Get it? I just couldn't resist that pun. It works, just like a real toy vending machine you would find in a supermarket. So a special thanks to the designer, Rob Van Ganswinkel. Look, this is Rob here. He's featured as one of the minifigs. There wasn't any really overly complicated or tricky steps. Another nice touch were these new capsules, which are held together with Technic pins. Now, obviously, these house the minifigs, but given the size, there's no reason you can't put sweets or treats in them instead. Overall, it was an enjoyable build that took me a few hours to complete. Now, moving on to the Pantasy version. Pantasy? Who are they? That was my initial reaction as well. However, after doing some research, I found that they are quite well regarded in the brick building community. They also produce several officially licensed sets, including Garfield, Astro Boy, Snoopy, Kung Fu Panda, Popeye, and Sherlock Holmes, whilst LEGO calls it a vending machine. Pantasy's version, which was actually released in 2024, is a Gumball Machine and is part of their retro collection. For example, this jukebox is also part of that collection. Damn, I like the look of that. That might appear in one of our future videos. The Pantasy set comes in a decent enough box. Not as fancy as LEGO, but definitely would make a nice surprise if you were to give it as a present. The set is divided into numbered bags to simplify the building process. I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of the instruction manual, which clearly indicates the parts needed and outlines the next steps. Definitely no complaints there. If LEGO is the gold standard for brick quality, then Pantasy pieces are like shining gold. The bricks feel solid and fit well together, definitely high quality. The base was simple enough to construct, At a recommended age of 6+, most little hands will breeze through it. Even the internal mechanism which creates all the magic was a doddle to assemble. And here it is in action. Let me first show you the balls and the prizes, followed by the fully completed machine. These are the small mini builds included in the set that fit inside the prize balls. While they aren't minifigures, they still make for some delightful little surprises. Along with the mini builds, the set also includes positive messages that you can place inside the balls. These are the capsule balls. While I find the Lego version to be of higher quality, Pantasy's capsules are actually quite authentic, resembling the type you would find in a traditional gumball machine. And in all fairness, if the balls were any bigger, they would have to redo the whole set as it won't fit properly. But why stop there? It's a gumball machine, so let's try it with some jelly beans. Yep, a perfect fit, so you could replace it and fill it with sweet treats if you wish. Let's fill the machine up and show you the finished build. I would say it's a decent size without being too bulky and obtrusive when sitting on a desk, and the striking contrast of silver and gold colours makes it an attractive conversation piece. I really like the large, curved plastic of the jar, which showcases the contents clearly without blocking the view. Pantasy's attention to detail is impressive. Instead of using cheap stickered parts, they chose fully printed pieces. This choice really enhances the overall design. Instead of using a completely flat side, they have incorporated various pieces to create a sleek curved surface. Inside the build, there's a small toy room scene, which is a nice extra touch since they could have simply sealed that area off. And speaking of printed details, even the coin is printed with Pantasy, which adds extra finesse. Unlike Lego, the coin slot is merely decorative and doesn't serve a purpose. But it does drop into this tray in the hidden room. So let's do a little summary and compare them side by side. I know Lego purists will say the vending machine is better, just because it's Lego. And from the point of view of the included minifigs and quality of the capsules, I would have to agree. My kids aren't collectors, so weren't really interested in the minifigs, although they were fascinated by the new style capsules. It's not to say the Pantasy capsules were bad, just in this respect they were gazumped by Lego in terms of quality. Lego's set was something I'd been eagerly looking forward to, as unlike the other general build once and display models, it was a playable set you can use over and over again. By itself, it would be an awesome looking set. But sitting side by side next to Pantasy, it feels kind of blocky. The choice of light bluish grey for the panelling and handle just feels a bit plain and doesn't have the wow factor that the metallic decals used by Pantasy does. I personally think if the Lego set used metallic silver instead, it would look amazing. Pantasy's set just looks cooler, plain and simple. The set has been well designed. The metallic silver and gold detailing feels really slick and classy, making the set pop without going over the top. One feature I both loved and loathed about the Lego set is the coin mechanism. Why? At first, I thought it was an innovative and cool feature when I saw it in the pre-release videos. But after using the machine only a few times, I became increasingly annoyed with it. For some unknown reason, the mechanism kept getting stuck. I ended up having to take the set apart a couple of times to access the Technic mechanism inside. After the second time it jammed, I gave up and removed the small latch so the machine could function without needing the coin. But I never expected I'd have to break down the set just to reach the Technic parts again. While building is enjoyable, having to dismantle and rebuild is not. So, which set came out on top? Both sets have their own unique strengths. Let me break it down for you. If you're mainly interested in collecting the minifigures, the full Lego set is the obvious choice. Unless you prefer to buy the individual figures from marketplaces like Bricklink or eBay. However, if you're after something sleek and visually impressive, the Pantasy Gumball Machine is your best bet. But what if you don't like the red exterior and want a black version like those seen in shopping centres? There's a way to customise it. Just like Bricklink is LEGO's marketplace for parts, there's also a market for non-LEGO parts called GoBricks. For example, here I'm searching for black 2x4 tiles to replace the red pieces on the Pantasy set with black ones. You just repeat that process for all the pieces you want to switch. What about value for money? The LEGO Vending Machine set contains 1,343 pieces and is priced at $180, which works out to about 13 cents per piece. On the other hand, Pantasy's Gumball Machine has 892 pieces, making it less than 8 cents per piece. An excellent deal in my opinion. And as mentioned at the beginning, here's the bonus we talked about. I reached out to Pantasy and they agreed to give our readers an extra discount. If you buy the Gumball Machine from our Amazon.com link and use the code TOYPARTY09, you get an extra 10% off. And if you buy from our Amazon.co.uk link and use code UNICORN09, you get 10% off in the UK. Both codes are valid until the 30th of October. It's an affiliate link, so if you make a purchase through it, we earn a small commission that helps us bring more great sets to you. I hope you found this comparison helpful, and let me know what you thought of these sets in the comments. And, as always, a like and subscribe would be much appreciated so we know what videos you want to see next. Thanks for sticking with me. Let's keep building awesome reviews one brick at a time. See you next time.